Hey, how's your guys' weekend?
Good.
Good.
You?
Fast.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh my gosh. I mean, yeah, we got our family got hit with a stomach flu. So, uh,
Oh,
I'm fortunately super healthy, but my wife and oldest son have just been on damage control all weekend. So,
oh boy, no fun.
yeah, thanks for taking the time to do this, guys. I really appreciate it. It helps me get feedback of where we're at and helps others better understand what we're trying to do on the inside. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, really, I want to focus on what Nathan was like before we met. So we started working together. I think it was about May of last year. But yeah, help me understand what was Nathan like? Like, what were his habits? What were his goals? What kind of person was he?
Nathan is very quiet. He desperately wanted more and had no idea how to get to it. He was very reserved, had troubles with self-esteem and self-confidence due to things that happened with being cut or let go from a team or traded. He struggled a lot. Like he emotionally struggled, mentally, did not have the know-how, I guess, to get better or what the next step was or what he should be doing to get to the next step, not trying to like concentrate on I'm stuck. And that's what he was. He was stuck. He was catching himself in the okay, I'm done high school, I done play hockey, I go get a job. This is life, but this is not the life he wanted. He wanted more. He kept a lot of feelings to himself. Everything stayed bottled up inside. Didn't want to share. He didn't, no matter what we tried. We tried going to see somebody. We tried having a counselor. We tried somebody at school. We tried with us. We tried with grandparents, and nobody could seem to try and break that shell, no matter if he was 10 years old or he was 20 years old. That's just, I'm not sure if he thought he was protecting us or he thought he was protecting himself that way, but he kept everything to himself. After about 15, the Nathan that we knew and the Nathan that he was becoming were very different people. This was the reserved, the quiet, go in my bedroom, be alone,
Don't go out.
don't go out,
Yeah. He had a small group of friends.
which is fine.
Yeah. But
But
we tried.
there wasn't him.
No.
Like Nathan used to be the kid, he would run on the street and they'd be playing street hockey and they'd be doing things. So they'd be on their BMX bikes or they were out and about doing something all the time. And as he got older and some of the goals that he had for himself, specifically for hockey, were not coming to a head for him. And you just kind of progressively saw a little bit of his light dim out in him. And then he went to Crookston, which was great, but he wanted more and he wanted to come back to Canada. But then he went to take a chance in Kamloops. That was okay, but he wanted more. And then he met you. So you were able to get through to him in a way that we couldn't as parents. And not that we didn't want to or not that we didn't try. It just, I think it had to come from someone like Kenny and not from us necessarily. Somebody else needed to show him that, yeah, you are valuable. You have worth. You have potential. You have the tools. It's not about you physically can't do it. It's you mentally, you needed to believe in yourself as much as everybody else around you believed in you.
I'm curious when you started to notice a shift in him, like if and how you've started to notice it.
End of June-ish, he wasn't in his room all the time. He would come upstairs and actually sit with us, ask about our day and ask how we were and how we were feeling. And it's like, I'm going for a run. And he was smiling again, a smile we hadn't seen in a very long time. It was a different kind of smile in him. I don't really know how else to phrase that other than there was a look about him that his light started to become brighter again.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't the negative Nathan that he was for a while. And it was when he was all on board with UK, he was like, okay, I got to go train. I got to do something. I got to keep my mind busy. It was good. It was positive. It was nice to see. And we were looking at each other as, wow, it's just like,
Who's this kid?
it's just, I liked it. It's a good feeling. It's because, you always worry about your kids, your boys. And, I coached the boys hockey till they were 15 years old. Every year I go back and forth. At a point, it's like, okay, sure, I played hockey. I played a lot of baseball, everything. But to have somebody really helped pass. We could be coaches for a while, but after a while, we got to be parents. But having that extra, you got a lot of information, and it helped him, and it's nice to see, So
He'd come home from work or whatever, and he's like, first thing on the certain days, I have my call with Kenny tonight, so I have to have supper by this time because Kenny's calling. I got to be on my call. And you could see, like, he was looking forward to those calls. Yeah, well, I have a call tonight, so I can't. It wasn't, he was looking forward to it. He was looking forward to the next bit of information he could get that could help him do better, to help him get some advice on this or that. He looked forward to that, which the way he had been in the last couple years, that kind of stuff he kind of shy away from. This is something that he really wanted, and he really wanted to try. Kenny and Prodigy wants to help. I think I need to do this. For Pat and I were like, yeah, absolutely. You have somebody that you're going to trust, go to for advice, then absolutely, whatever is going to help you, we want that for you. I would probably say about the end of June, it's like you could see that light in his eyes come back again from a kid who we hadn't seen that light that way in a long time. And it was amazing to see because we missed that kid. It was beautiful to see that light coming back in his eyes.
I think like the closest thing that I can relate it to is like the nostalgia that you get of like seeing an old friend, but it's your own child. Like,
yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't have thought of it that way, but that's a good comparison.
I appreciate you sharing that. That means a lot. So before we started working together, I'm sure Nathan would have talked to you about it after we had our first call. What were your thoughts when you first heard about it? Like before we'd started really working together?
He had talked to us, I think leading up to that May, like somewhere in the wintertime, he had brought it up. We talked about it a bit and he didn't know what to do. And then he had made a decision. He's never asked us really for anything like that before. We knew there was more to Nathan than what was just there. And I don't just mean like hockey wise, I mean in life wise. There's more to Nathan than he was just projecting at that moment. And then he brought it up again. Like Pat had said something to me about, well, he must be really serious because he brought it up again. He didn't look for things like that to help him, but he knew he wanted that next step. If this is what you want and you got to be all in. What Kenny tells you to do is what you're doing. And when your kid wants help with something that you can't give them, and it's something that we couldn't help him with, or how to reach certain parts of him in different ways. It was apparent to us, okay, this is what he wants. This is what he needs. He deserves to get this shot. So whatever we can do to help him. And thankfully, Kenny was there and you helped him.
Grateful to be part of it. Honestly, it's been a fun journey so far.
It's been really nice to see the person he's evolving into. When we dropped him off, went back in November, we were on the flight home and we went, wow, that was a really different visit with him. It was crazy to see how someone, when they have the self-esteem and self-confidence back to whatever extent, how you can flourish in an environment when some of that is given back to you. He's taking that back for himself, and that's huge.
Sorry, before we go on, Pat, did you have anything you wanted to add to that?
Sorry.
No, it's just, to me, it feels good that like the last Christmas time when he came back home, it was like talks, visits. Let's go visit Grandma, Grandpa. I'm going to go visit my friend next door. And before it was like fighting tooth and nail with him to go visit your friends. And, now it's, hey, do you mind if I go and visit the guys and hang out with the guys? Or, now it's a conversation and he's asking, and it feels good to see him grow up as a man and, have respect and, just the way he talks, conversations, even my friends. What happened to Nathan? Like, he's so confident and so easy to talk to. Before, you couldn't get 2 words out of him, It's been really good. And we're both happy how he is. Hope his life keeps on getting better,
I just realized almost none of this conversation's really had anything to do with hockey, which is, it's good to see.
Was it supposed to be more about hockey?
No. I mean, a little bit about my philosophy is like, I was just like, hockey's always just a vehicle. Like I just wanted to like build and develop leaders. And it's just like, if I can reach more people through speaking the language of hockey, that's how I want to do it. But it's really about making competent leaders. Nathan has earned it too. I don't want to like,
No,
he has
no.
earned it. Like,
He's had his battles in hockey. He's had disappointments. He's had really exciting things happen, but to get to the next step was always a disappointment for him. This kid trained, went to the gym, practiced, he worked hard. Just still, he would get to tryouts sometimes, and all of the stuff in here would get in the way. He seemed to be sometimes his own worst enemy when it would come to a tryout. And, you know, I'm thinking he was good enough to make it, or thinking, okay, well, I think I'm okay, so I'll just give this much. And not doing you have to give yourself, like you have to give everything 100%. And if you're going to do it and you're going to do your job, you do it well. He was so afraid of that disappointment happening again. Not giving everything he had was just easier.
Didn't always like to take that chance because he had said to us one day,
if you're always expecting disappointment, you never get disappointed. And that was really hard to listen to your teenage kid. So when it came to hockey and this is what he wanted to do for this year, okay,
Yeah.
we're in.
Yeah.
You do everything you need to do. You listen to what Kenny has to tell you and you go with it.
Yeah.
But you have to put in the work.
what do you think he was so afraid of?
Getting hurt again.
Getting hurt.
Yeah.
Getting cut and thinking, see, I said I wasn't good enough. He was always good enough. His abilities to play, his desire to play, the way he looked at the game was always there. He just was disappointed in the past and he knew how badly that hurt and didn't want to relive those feelings again. If you don't try or you don't give everything and you get rejected, well, you expected it then. And I don't even know if he would have realized at the time that he was actually doing that, because it would be sometimes, well, how do you think you played? Well, I could have done better. Well, why didn't you? I don't know. But it was never about his actual ability for the game. He had the abilities. That was never an issue. It was the mental, emotional part of the game, which has a lot to do with it.
Oh, yeah.
If you were talking to, say, another family or another player who had just recently found out about Prodigy and they had some questions about what does the program look like? Who is it right for? Who is it not right for? What would your answers be to those kind of questions?
Our other son, Griffin, is now becoming a client of Prodigy for not the same issues as what Nathan had. They're very different children, same parents, very different personalities, different reasons why to look at the game differently, to look at himself differently, build on yourself differently. We think that Prodigy and working with Kenny would be for anybody. Our boys happen to be hockey players. From what Nathan has told us, not changing, but becoming. I don't know why anybody wouldn't benefit from that. Sports is a great way, but it could also be people that, yes, they want to train or do better or do whatever. For our kid, well, for Nathan specifically as well, yes, it helps with his hockey, but he's becoming the person we knew he always had in there. It's just somebody who helped him bring it out. From anything Nathan has told us, showed us, from what we see from our own eyes, what we hear other people say, like Pat had said, wow, what happened to him? He's different. It does have to do with the sport of hockey, but that's not the reason why he changed so much. He found something in himself. Yes, he was able to make the team that he wanted to make, but he was able to get there because of the self-confidence and the hard work that he actually put in this past 8 months.
Last question is more open-ended. Is there anything that you would want to add or share with someone about your own journey, if it's a story?
I think it's really important for athletes. It's not always just about your physical game. It's not all about your skill. It doesn't even have to do with your desire or want to be there. That's not everything. I don't think it matters which sport you're in, because Nathan had the abilities. It was the mental and emotional part that he needed to see. It's never just about one single thing in a sport. It's combining them all together. You're missing one of those aspects where Kenny has helped Nathan immensely. You can see when all the pieces of the puzzle come together, what can actually happen. And it was amazing. He made a university team that he didn't think he was going to. And he did. He did that with hard work. It's hard for parents to sometimes be able to help their kids with that part of it. You're the one that's talking to them all the time about all aspects of life. And to have somebody come in and believe in you the way Kenny's believed in Nathan and has brought that light back. Having that light is so important. It helps not just for sports, to become a better human being, to be more engaged, to reach inside yourself deep and know, wow, I actually did this. That's amazing. We didn't know how. Not that we tried. We really tried.
Tough love sometimes, or just sitting around the table having conversation and, try to get something out of them. And it was tough for a long time, but Prajity and Kenny sure helped him because he's a totally different man today. And
Grateful.
Yeah, it makes us feel better as parents noticing our child. He's becoming a man and he's living life. He's positive. We thank you so much for that.
Oh, I appreciate both of your time. Again, I'm grateful to be on both your boys' journeys, and I don't take it lightly that I have your trust in their lives and their development. So yeah, thank you.